Greetings and salutations one and all. Welcome to a brand new week right here on the night shift to DJ Kevin Steele. It's Community and Finance Nights. How you doing?
Come over. Tell my neighbor come over. He telling me load on music. He telling me that's it right. The neighborhood quiet as ever. No problems to sleep at night. I tell him I love me soca. The music hot like a true love. Bring your body, come on out here. Move your body just like you don't care. We jamming it so sweet. Feel the rhythm, feel the heat. Bring your waist from walk to the soca. All our ways just jam together. I tell them it's so sweet. Feel the rhythm, feel the heat. And bring your waist from walk to the soca.
I welcome each and every one of you to the broadcast.
I tell them it's so nice. Change your mind and don't think twice. I tell them it's so nice. He moving the whole crowd. Singing soca loud and loud. It's my neighbor, no control. He said he just can't do that. He never hear music, so I tell him that's how we do it. Bring up what's on there, let's ride. It's a love effect all night. Come join and feel the vibe. I tell him just come over. Enjoy yourself, no pressure. We jamming it so sweet.
Welcome to everybody that is locked in right now. Those on TuneIn Radio. The night shift with DJ Kevin Steele.
I tell him it's so nice. Change your mind and
Those from across the pond, One Harmony Radio. Top of the morning to you guys over there in the UK.
be moving the whole crowd. Singing soca loud and loud.
Big up to those on WGLRO, home of the Donny Walker Morning Show.
The music
Those locked in on Ollie Radio. Dusic Media Group.
we in the street when we jamming and show.
Blessings to you guys.
Then you say look in the corner. It's the neighbor, he come over. He hand
Big up to those on ClintonLindsay.com, the Foundation Radio Network.
be moving the whole crowd. Singing soca loud and loud. It's my neighbor, no control. What went on, I told
Oh, remember you can catch Donny Walker
crowd.
every morning on WGLRO.
Neighbor, no control.
Hey man, I'm taking from the sheets to the streets and the people station.
We jamming it so sweet. Feel the rhythm, feel the heat. Bring your waist from walk to the soca
You can link up with Clinton Lindsay,
together. I tell them it's so
12 to 3
feel the rhythm, feel the heat.
on the Foundation Radio Network.
Walk to the soca. All of we just slam together.
Big ups to those who are locked in on NIE Radio
Jamming.
over there in New Jersey. Big ups to you.
Sweet shout. Jamming.
The family members giving you making you feel the power of music.
Tell my neighbor.
Island worldwide up there in New York.
He telling me load on music. He telling
Blessings to you.
the neighborhood quiet as ever. No problems to sleep at night. I tell him I love me soca. The music hot like a true love.
Big ups to those on PEMGTV.com.
Body just like you don't care. We jamming it so sweet. Feel
Welcome.
heat. Bring your waist from walk to the soca. All our ways just jam together. I tell them it's so sweet. Feel the rhythm, feel the heat. And bring your waist from walk to the soca. All our ways just jam together. I tell them it's so nice. Change your mind and don't think twice. I tell them it's so nice. He moving the whole crowd. Sing
Bouncing and kicking off.
loud. It's my neighbor, no control.
The music of Shelly Sweet Shells.
For your music, so I tell them that's how we do it. Bring up what's on there, let's ride. It's a love effect all night. Come join and feel the vibe. I tell them just come over, enjoy yourself, no pressure. We jamming it so sweet. Feel the rhythm, feel the heat. Bring your waist, come walk to the soca. All of we just jam together. I tell them it's so nice. Change your mind and don't think twice. I tell them it's so nice. Be moving the whole
Inviting you to call a friend, tell a friend.
Feel the rhythm, feel the heat. Bring your waist from walk to the soca. All of we just
It's a night shift to DJ Kevin Stew.
so sweet. Feel the rhythm.
Call your friends, friends of your friends.
From walk to the soca. All
The enemies, friends of enemies, and enemies of your friends. Call all your neighbors.
We jamming it so sweet. Feel the rhythm, feel the heat. Bring your waist, come walk to the soca. All of we just jam together. We jamming it so sweet. Feel the rhythm, feel the heat. Bring your waist, come walk to the soca. All of we just jam together. I tell them it's so nice. Change your mind and don't think twice. I tell them it's so nice. He moving the whole crowd. Sing a song all night long. Yes, neighbor, no control. Yes, my neighbor.
Yeah, giving you a moment to call all your neighbors.
We jamming, we jamming. We jamming, we jamming. Yes, my neighbor. Yes, my neighbor. I tell them come over, come over.
Those who are locked in on Facebook Live, y'all don't get too comfortable, you know. As we wait until Kadion gets ready, setting up his thing on his side, you know.
We jamming it so sweet. Feel the rhythm, feel the heat. Bring your waist, come walk to the soca.
It's all about that best angle, you know.
Together, we jamming it so sweet. Feel the rhythm, feel the heat. Bring your waist, come walk to the soca. All the we just jam together. I tell them it's so
In the meantime, in between time, let me take care of some housekeeping.
moving the whole crowd. Singing so
I want to say thank you to Policy Media Group for sponsoring this segment of the broadcast.
what went on and
When being in the moment is priceless, Policy Media Group provides innovative streaming and recording solutions.
it's the neighbor, no control.
Thanks to Policy Media Group for taking care of KevinStew.com
Feel the rhythm, feel
and the night shift to DJ Kevin Stew.
this from walk to the soca. All of we just jam together.
You have an event you want to stream live on a secure platform,
Bring your waist, come
church service, funeral service, party,
together.
graduation, seminar, you name it, they can stream it. Let's get them a call, 754-999-6020, or check them out on pulseemg.com. Yeah, those of you who are using the link to kevinstew.com, it redirects you to PEMGTV.com until kevinstew.com gets sorted out. Thanks to the Policy Media Group for taking care of things in that department. Thank you to Althea and her healing heavenly hands. Althea is a licensed massage therapist operating out of Broad County. 20 years of experience. She comes to you with her healing heavenly hands, her table, her oils, and COVID free, and she'd like to leave that way. Go ahead and give her a call, 954-655-9000, or email her at thealater@att.net. If you're in Broad County, North Miami-Dade, or South Palm Beach counties, she comes to you. The only thing that she asked of you outside of paying her is that you get off her table and go sleep somewhere else when she's done. Because you're guaranteed to fall asleep. I do it all the time. I want to say thank you to Reggae Global Entertainment. Reggae Global Entertainment will act as your booking agents, take care of your tour management, handle your business registration, legal service referrals, music production, marketing and promotion, and so much more. Kadion over there fighting a losing battle with his camera. I wish I can show you all this, but thank you to GMAT Music Solutions, providing sound, light, and stage production services, bringing your event to life, helping you out with musical equipment, PA systems, audio engineers, DJs, bands, musicians, singers. All you gotta do is give him a call, 754-307-GMAX. That's 754-307-4622. Tell him DJ Kevin Stew sent you. Hey man, you can't tell him we're neighbors. I can tell you that my neighbor across the way is ready. Let me introduce you to him, ladies and gentlemen. See him there? Ladies and gentlemen, Kadion Preston. Kadion, how you doing, brethren? Why, my dad?
Good.
Ladies and gentlemen, call a friend, tell a friend. If you haven't done so already, you have a moment to do it now before we get deep into the thing. It's all about Kadion and Caribshopper tonight. So we get to know Kadion. We get to know what Caribshopper is all about. So let me officially welcome Kadion to the broadcast.
Respect.
Yeah, the people kind of like you. There's a couple of whistles out there and things. How life treating you, man?
Not bad enough. It's a late night. I guess it's a night shift, Kevin.
Yeah.
Night shift.
Right. Yeah, that's a. But you know, it's late here, where we are, but it's not late in places like California, West Coast.
True.
And actually, it's very early in the UK.
Yes, sir.
So, you know, we cater to a little bit of everybody, everywhere. So, welcome to the night shift, brethren. It's good to have you. And we get to chit chat a little bit tonight. I have a special big up for you because, you know, we come from the same alma mater.
Not Street Giants. The Giants.
Yes.
The Giants.
So that you people out there don't get it twisted. It's not the Giants that wear purple. Okay? The Giants wear blue.
Yeah, man. Blue.
So, STGC all the way. Want to say big ups to those who are locked in the chat room. Marlon, bless up. Host of Real Rockers. You can catch Real Rockers every Monday and Wednesday on Reggae Global Radio. The GM is here. Bless up, Marlon. Welcome. And to the guest in the chat room, much love. Those who are locked in on Facebook Live. Remember, it's only temporary over here on Facebook, so use up the link. Let me put it. It's in the description. Let me just drop it here in the comments as Kadion introduces himself, and we get this party going. So, tell us a little bit about Kadion. Who is Kadion Preston?
Jamaican born, of course. Originally from Kingston. Went to school at George's. Left Jamaica after CXCs. Moved to New York. Moved to the US. And went to school at Hunter College. I'm the son of an engineer and an entrepreneur. My father was an engineer at GPS. My mom's an entrepreneur. So that combination kind of set the tone for my brothers and sisters. As my sister is a tech, my brother's a programmer. I'm a programmer and tech, and my younger brother is a chef. So go figure.
Wow. That's cooking up. That's cooking up some things right there, brethren. That's a lot. You know, in that little bit, that's a lot. So you migrated to the US and went New York side. So what brought you to South Florida?
Well, so New York days was very interesting, right? So Hunter College, doing computer science, graduated from college. My internship was at Yahoo in 1999. Enjoyed that moment, got a real good mentorship and understanding of the world we live in today as far as it pertains to technology.
Yeah.
When I graduated, I was able to start as a network technician developing day trading technology on Wall Street, and just work my way up from there to becoming a young CIO. Ran a 1,500 office traders in between the World Trade Center, World Financial Center, and Maiden Lane in New York. And then 9/11 happened. Being there through the whole process, losing a lot of friends, and going through the entire thing, I think my brother and I started to look our way to fly south, and so Miami was the port of choice. So and a couple of years later, we moved south and set up a dev shop in Miami, and that's where we are today.
Nice. Hey, Julian, welcome, welcome, welcome. So, everybody else they run away from up north to get away from the cold. You got away from the trauma of 9/11 pretty much.
Yeah, I mean it's 9/11 and just New York on a whole, just getting tired of it. Love New York to death. It's a great city, but needed a change of environment, and it was a toss up between out west in San Francisco or Miami Beach, and so we chose Miami Beach.
Okay, that works. You're getting a big up on Facebook Live from Go See You NY grad. You New York study New York.
Cunis for life.
Yeah. But you're a night
Hey, we're
first.
George's man.
You're a night
We're
first.
George's man. We're a night, so it is what it is. Night first, right? Night first. Night first.
She's one to say you guys and your North Street competition and your yeah. It won't die. It's love same way though.
Right.
All right, so
they won't understand it if they don't live it.
Yeah. Well, she understand it. Not taking anything away from her too much. But I'll give her I'll give you both the coonies. All right, cuties. All right, I won't make fun of it. All right, so now with that kind of a background, you seem to could have been able to make it just about anywhere. Why didn't you just stick around and stay in the Yahoo stuff and the financial and what led you to the concept, the idea of what brings us here today being Caribshopper?
Caribshopper. All right, cool. So that's a good story. So let me start off the story. Growing up, my mom started out as what we Jamaicans call a higgler, right?
Gotcha.
She started buying and selling in the 80s. Mm-hmm. And she took her buying and selling business, started doing distribution to like Answers and the big stores, and then eventually opening her own children's store, right? It was called Chucky Kids. It was in Tropical Plaza. Now, when mom opened her children's store, she had distribution with like all the main children's clothing manufacturers at the time, like Oshkosh, Bigosh, and Gap Kids and all of that stuff. And while the store was doing well, she found a big problem, being that my mom is from Hanover. She found a big problem that young mothers who wanted to spoil their children, their babies, when they came in the store, they couldn't afford the clothes because of the importation taxes and the brand name stuff and stuff. So my mom, being an entrepreneur with just as little as high school education, opened up a seamstress house and had 8 seamstresses in the house making the clothes for that season from the style sheets she would receive from all her distribution partners. So then we started our own brand called Chucky Kids, which, you know, she imported the textile and did everything locally. And that changed the game for our children's store, and it brought it to the next level. We started doing distribution in Montego Bay, and eventually got bought out by the big Mobay family that runs like the Azans of Mobay. I think it's what's the store name? My God, Lloyd Pearson. The Pearson.
Okay.
What's the name of this?
I haven't been home for the longest while. You know, I forget enough of them things.
No problem.
But,
all right, so moving on.
Yeah.
So long story short, growing up in that, my first business was at George's. I was a cassette man at George's. Me and my brother Danchin, we used to sell the mixtapes at George's. So when you talk about Stone Love, Silverhawk mixtapes back in the day when you have your TDK or your Sony Walkman, we were doing that. And I was doing that for 4 years. As a matter of fact, Hector Stevenson, Mr. Stevenson, the general, told me that if he caught me selling mixtapes one more time on the campus, he wasn't gonna let me graduate. And the interesting story was he did catch me that one more time.
Yeah.
And he did call my parents in and tell them, so I'm not graduating, even though I had like 3 1s, 4 2s, and 1 3. And I was looking forward to walking down and throwing my hat up in the air as a knight.
Yeah.
I had to really think of what I was going to say to Mr. Stevenson to convince him not to allow me to graduate, because my parents were highly pissed at me. So long story short, had a conversation with Mr. Stevenson, tell him, so listen, the Old Boy Network is a network that's the strongest in the island, and I plan to be an active member of that Old Boy Network. And you see, if I don't graduate, I cannot say I graduated from St. George's College. And I'm just being an entrepreneur. And at the end of the day, I'm going to be an entrepreneur. And you want your name in my book. Now, if you stop me from graduating, your name won't be in my book, Mr. Stevenson. So you laugh, and which is very rare for Hector. And he said, all right, Preston, you know what? You can walk down. You earn your stripes. What? Just pack up the selling on the school campus. Go on.
At that time, he was vice principal?
He was principal.
Oh, that was when he became principal? Boy,
yeah, man.
Yo, it's a long time we're talking about, you know.
Yeah, man, long time. This is what, 95? This is what, 95? Yeah.
And
95.
When I was at George's, when Hector first came, he was Dean of Discipline.
Right.
And I think so when I left a few years before you, he was just getting into the VP role, I believe. So that's a minute. But it was good that you could do that quick thinking to be and that you could have that recognition to say, boy, you know what? I am going to be one of them that is going to start my own thing, and it will be successful. Because if you didn't have that mindset back then, you wouldn't be able to tell him what you told him.
For sure. And that mindset come from just being around it, you know, for most of my life. You understand? Seeing from nothing to something. So the reality of the situation is, so, you know, when I moved to New York, it was to establish myself, figure myself out, get some experience on my ground. Because at the end of the day, I knew I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. So when me and my brother moved to Miami Beach, we started our own software development shop, and that was our second business. Our first business, it was in New York, which was a company called Outbox Technologies that we consulted with startup Wall Street trading firms on the implementation of their network and the type of systems they should use, because at a young age I got exposed to that world very quickly and at a high level.
Yes.
So I had a lot of experience, and that business worked out great. But then when I moved to Miami, it was all about building technology for the real estate development firm. I was in the big real estate development firms. So I was like in 2004, and so the entrepreneurial life was just a part of me.
Nice.
So fast forward to where we are, it's like my experiences being close to home constantly, the culture. At the end of the day, it was always a goal to see how we can do something that has a greater impact on home than us, right?
Yeah.
When you think about Caribshopper, our mission is to sorry about that, Kevin.
Okay.
Or yeah, man. Our mission is to bring the Caribbean culture closer. So in bringing the Caribbean culture closer, we are able now. When you go to our platform, you're able to buy Caribbean-made goods and have those products delivered directly to your door. So if you don't live close to a Caribbean grocer, or you're not able to find the things that you love, you're now able to go on Caribshopper and find all those items, add them to your cart, and check out just like you're using Amazon or any of the major marketplaces, and have it delivered to your door for a cost that's effective and in less than 3 to 5 days.
Nice. Yo.
So you see that the number one goal here is grow Caribbean manufacturers.
Yeah.
Because no other time in the world that we live in has manufacturing gone back to where it was in the late 70s, early 80s. You see, before China took over, Jamaica had a great manufacturing industry, right? And China took it away from the world, right?
Right.
In 2000, from about 2000, I want to say 5 going onwards, you started seeing these small manufacturers making amazing products that are really popping up and pushing against the odds, because the world got flattened with e-commerce, right? So
yes.
we didn't need to purchase everything from China anymore.
Right.
We could find a manufacturer, we could find a product that we connect with, that speaks to us, that we want to be a part of that journey. We want to be a part of that story. And so with that shift, I felt that it was time, and nobody was doing it. It was time that the Caribbean culture actually got put on front page, where members of the diaspora and people who love the Caribbean culture can access these products very easily and receive it to their door without traveling or waiting on a family member to bring back a suitcase to them.
I got you. You know, with the move to South Florida from up north by New York, where I would initially think you were getting closer to home, where you could get more of what you got from home, it was a whole lot more than that. And now with this idea that you have with Caribshopper, I would think initially when you hear the name, you think, oh, no, I can get my products from the Caribbean. Because whereas there are stores in major cities that you can get a taste of the Caribbean, you can't necessarily get all that you want. And sometimes you have that one little item that you can't really find anywhere but home. And looking, when I go and I browse around on Caribshopper, I see some things on there that I was like, yo, I remember this from primary school. I haven't had this from in the 80s.
Nostalgia.
Yeah. And not that I look like, I don't know, I know I don't really look like I was alive back in the 80s, but, you know, believe it or not, I was. Those of you guys over there on Facebook Live, please use up the link in the comment section. Come on over and enjoy the rest of the broadcast. This is where I say sayonara to you guys over there on Facebook Live. Facebook Live, you've been nice to us. Thank you very much. Novelty, big ups to you. Welcome. I see that you're passing through. Enough love, Novelty. I was just listening to the chat that we had on my Saturday broadcast, and yeah, I, I love your novelty. I love it. That's all I can say. Bless up, Howard. Um, enough love to you too, bro. Take care, and make sure you take care of novelty. Facebook Live, deuces to you. All right, so we've taken care of that aspect of the business. I love the not only the getting connected with the Caribbean with stuff that you would purchase out of the Caribbean. I love the idea that you can have that shipped to you wherever you are in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But even bigger than that, where you're another aspect of it where you're focusing on the growth, the economic growth of the Caribbean region. And we people get into business, yes, to make profit. They don't usually You don't usually hear of an individual getting into business so that they can make a profit and those that are doing business with them can also turn a profit. And what I see from Caribshopper is that you are taking advantage of the leveling of the world leveling by way of e-commerce, and I like that. And they giving back to the community. The Caribbean community in South Florida alone is massive, and even the Caribbean community in the Caribbean. There are people that bounce around from country to country in the Caribbean, and sometimes they don't quite get what they're getting from their native land, wherever it is. Some people from Antigua living in Jamaica and vice versa, not getting some of those stuff that they want. And you're providing a platform. You're providing a store, a one-stop store that people can go shopping and get everything that they wanted out of the Caribbean. What are some of the challenges that you faced as you were putting this concept, or you were bringing it to life?
Wow. So some of the big challenges in the initial stages were logistics, right? Being able to move product cost effectively in a speedy manner to any door in the US and Canada eventually. We opened in Canada in April. Understanding the logistical challenges with customs, clearance, product categories, rules and regulations. And then after figuring that out, then we had to convince the merchants, because one of the things we do at Caribshopper that's a little bit different, and it goes along with our mission and values, is that we deal directly with the manufacturers themselves. So we don't allow resellers to come on our platform. So Kevin Stewart can list a Grace product on our platform. This is not like Amazon.
Right.
We deal directly with the manufacturers because we plan to share our data and insights with them. And we do it as in a partnership, so they can grow. So that information can help them to make better decisions for their business. And we know what those analytics can drive, right?
Mm-hmm.
And by working directly with the merchants, they're able to now see how easily working with a company like ours, they can scale their business internationally and not worry about the headaches of building a website, figuring out logistics, figuring out cross-border payments, and the whole 9 yards. And then the second thing was our cross-border payments, because one of the things, again, sticking with the mission, is if we have to be able to make the merchant successful, and by association, we become successful.
Got you.
Right?
Yep.
So one of the big advantages with Caribshopper is that we pay in US dollar. So every vendor gets paid their sales in US dollar. We don't convert it.
Nice.
We want them to get that benefit, whether it's our merchants in Jamaica or Trinidad, and it's a big benefit. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't an easy undertaking.
So you putting that's a lot in to work out in logistics, shipping, the customs, payments. I love. Again, you're going directly to the producers, the manufacturers. You're going directly to these entities, these small businesses sometimes, so that
Right.
so that they can become that big business.
Right.
How difficult has it been to connect with these manufacturers to get them to buy into the concept of a carib shopper over or versus one of the already known international shoppers or
So
international platforms?
so the interesting thing is that we started this in 2019. COVID helped, right?
Mm,
COVID, the shutdown assisted in that. But it still was an uphill battle. Our team had to really run down merchants to explain our benefits, what we bring to the table, that they have no risk to try us. And once the ball got rolling and people started seeing sales and people started seeing the value, then now, like what's happening right now is that I think we have up to about 95 applications in our queue that our merchant success team is onboarding at the current moment. And before, it was our merchant success team
hmm
running down merchants and convincing them to come on board. Now the tables are flipped, and we got the help of the public sector. So Jampro helped. We convinced them. JMEA helped.
hmm
Different organizations, and of course, us being out there in front of the manufacturers, saying,
Right.
"Hey, we're here to help you. We're not asking you to pay a listing fee. We're not taking no dollar from you. All we want is for you to be a part of what we're doing. We take away all the stress. We just need your products, and we just need all the data around your logo, your product imagery, your product description, and we needed to, when you get a sale, to make sure that the product is in our warehouse within 48 hours. That's it. That's all you have to do. We handle customer service, we handle client relations, we handle the sale, we send you money in 10 business days. It's all there in black and white. And like I said, once the balls start rolling down the hill, now the tables have flipped. We have 95 merchants in the queue to be onboarded, and today I think we have
Nice.
over 320 within two countries. So it's pretty crazy. Last week we
Nice.
onboarded 68 in Trinidad. In
Right.
in Jamaica we did a 40 more, and we're getting pressure which islands we're opening next. So it's getting interesting.
Nice. But, this is the kind of community building that is necessary, and it takes away from that crab in a barrel mentality. And if everybody were to jump on and pitch in, we'd be able to build with each other. You know.
You see, a long time ago, I learned that inclusion works.
Mm.
Right? Exclude this. It's a Caribbean mentality that, yo, you have something good. I want exclusive. I want own it. I want it to be mine. I
Yes.
want to control it. Right?
Right.
And control isn't always a great thing, right? And you have to know when there's a right time for it and a wrong time for it. And luckily, with my successes and failures, has been able to teach me that what we're doing is inclusiveness, right? We
hmm
get the buy-in of the community. We get the buy-in of the merchants. They ain't too excited about this. They're telling their customers, they're telling their friends, they're telling their family members. You know, the word of mouth grows. The community understands that no, I don't have to wait till I'm traveling. I don't have to wait till a family member. I remember one of my favorite snacks that I couldn't find anywhere,
hmm
which is pepper jelly,
Mm.
right? A specific pepper jelly. And it was just like I only get it when I'm traveling or my friends are traveling. And then of course there's the staples that you only get when you're traveling. I
Right.
mean, it's just an exciting thing for me to start seeing these things unfold and seeing customers saying, "Hey, they really love our service." I mean, we have delivered product in the last since we've been open. I want to say November, December, January, February, so 4 months now. We've served 26 states in the U.S., 3 in Canada when we were testing the Canadian market. Over 1,300 products shipped. I mean, we're happy. We're happy for the growth, and we know it's going to get explosive soon. And that's
Mhm.
why people like you, Kevin, who are giving us the time to talk about what we're doing, and to bring that nostalgia back to our community, whether you live in South Florida, you live in Boston, or you live in Tampa, or you live in Ohio. You are able to now connect with home.
Mm. So somebody just messaged me saying that the in fact, I'm gonna forward you this message. I don't know. Would you be able to read it as we're on this call right now? I don't
I
know.
I have to mute you, but sure, go ahead.
Okay. All right. Let me read the message that was sent to me. Missing shipping on the front of website. This is very important. I don't like to get excited looking at a site and realize that there's no shipping to my area or only in locally. Some websites given to buy Jamaica.
So, don't understand that question clearly. Um,
Yeah, I'm
and
missing some. I don't know what is missing from this. Um,
yeah, so if that
is
person
there
is
anywhere that?
buying product,
Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, if they're buying product in the US and they're located in the US, we ship everywhere in the US. So there's not an address that we can't ship to in the US. If they're in
Right.
Canada, we open Canada in April. Right? We did a test run in December, and we get a lot of comments that we need to open up Canada sooner than later, and we're opening up Canada in April. If they're in the
That's
UK,
just a
we
month
have
away
not
now.
launched the UK. Yeah, if they're in the UK, we have not launched UK yet. We have to creep before we crawl. At
Right.
the end of the day, our customer experience is most important, and I'm not going to rush to give you a bad experience. So right
Mm-hmm.
now we're perfecting what we have, and we're building the building blocks along the way. So I'm sorry if you're outside of the markets that we support today,
They're here in the U.S.
but we're getting there. We're getting there, and sign up, because if you sign up and we see your address from a different locale,
Mm-hmm.
we can put you on an early adoption list that gives you the opportunity to test our service if you're not in the area that we serve today.
Mm.
The truth is, Amazon wasn't everywhere when they started. eBay wasn't everywhere. Airbnb wasn't everywhere when it started.
Right.
We
Right.
have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
So
y-
if
You're
go
you're
ahead.
you're you're chirping. You're chirping. Come across loud on my side when you get messages. I guess your phone chirps. Or
I don't hear nothing. No man.
well, there's something chirping somewhere when you get a notification or something. I'm hearing it on my side.
Hold
Um.
on there.
So I don't know.
Let me
Um.
check.
Yep. As for those who are just tuning in, welcome. We're talking with Kadion Preston about Caribshopper, and this is just a phenomenal concept. It connects people from the Caribbean with products that they used to get back in the Caribbean, and whether you're still living in the Caribbean or not, if you live somewhere that you're not getting the product that you particularly want, you can go ahead and jump onto Caribshopper and get that product. And so, in fact, I'm gonna also give you the opportunity to call in. You can call 773-789-STEW, 773-789-7839. That's 773-789-7839. Easy number to remember. Stew is the last 4 digits. Easy number to remember. So you can call,
Stu.
yeah,
Yeah, no man. Finish your statement.
yeah.
Sorry.
So you can call, you can text, you can WhatsApp. Preferably jump in, call or jump into the chat room. On you can go to kevinstew.com or PEMG TV. They both take you to the same place right now, and go into the chat room and put your comments there. But you can also text the number 773-789-STEW, 773-789-7839. Yeah, Kadion, you're about to say something?
Yeah, man. I was saying just so we're clear, Caribshopper only exports from the Caribbean. We support exporting. We
Right.
don't deliver locally because that's not a real problem to fix. The
Right.
problem is exporting.
Right.
So just to clarify, because I
Okay.
think that user's question probably centered around that.
Okay. So you're saying if you're in the Caribbean, Caribshopper is not the platform for you to use.
No, it's for those who live away from home. We're supporting those who live away from home.
But if I live in Antigua and I'm from Jamaica,
Yeah, man.
I'm away from home.
That's a This is true, and that's a CARICOM sale. So
Ah.
hold on. We're getting there. Second quarter, Kevin, we will launch CARICOM. COVID gave us an advantage, but also gave us a disadvantage. You have less flights going into certain countries. For instance, only cargo going into Trinidad right now, right? So
Right.
it's a catch-22 in how you manage the movement. And like I said, we're not going to do it if we can't guarantee a certain time for your product
Right.
and stick by it. So, sign up. Anybody who's interested, we definitely launching the CARICOM side of things, that you can buy a product from Trinidad, receive it in Jamaica or Antigua or Barbados, wherever you are. Sign up and put your address, and trust me, you'll be getting the email updates on when we're opening your territory.
So someone is saying here, in the comments, like my red label wine that will be shipped.
Yeah.
So
Yes. So Red Label Wine Magnum is coming on the platform. We had to get a certain license because they have alcohol content.
right.
So those low content alcohol products are coming on our platform. Don't ask us for white rum, and don't ask us for any kind of rum, because that's a different license that we're not gonna be able to attain anytime soon.
So what are some of the products that people can get now?
So if you're on the website, you're looking at your foods, your non-perishables, of course, household items, clothing, craft, books, art. What else? What else is there? I think that's and gifting items, right? Games, Caribbean-made games. So we have a host of products. So alcohol is a very sticky thing, and not many people can move alcohol outside of companies owning liquor distribution license from state to state. We went ahead and got the license to move a certain amount of alcohol content. So you're talking about like your Red Stripes or your Red Label wine or your Dandy Shandy or your what is it called again? Or your Roots tonic wines.
Ah, gotcha.
Those low alcohol content products, we can move them. We are working on looking at how we can work on long-term fixing of alcohol. But when that happens, everybody will know.
Oh, okay. So the what are they called? Big box shoppers, big box shipping providers, or retailers.
Oh.
They get like the Amazons and the big shippers. They get to hold on to that for now. But these are
I
also
don't. You can't buy liquor. You can't buy liquor on Amazon. You can't buy.
really.
No. Check. Google.
I've
Check it.
never really thought about it actually. Just now that we're
Yeah.
talking is when it is coming to mind. Huh.
Yeah, man.
But you see,
Yeah, man.
it's not like I have a problem getting white rum in the store. You
Right.
know, I want some white
Right.
rum. I just run down to the store and I grab some white rum. So
Right.
that's
But
not really a
but if
problem for me.
but if you lived in Ohio, it's a real problem for you.
There you go.
Right. And it's a problem we'd like to solve for people in Ohio. If we could just get white rum, we're good to go now. We could just have a business with just white
Just
rum.
white rum.
Just white rum. I heard a story that the original Rain Nephew guy said that while the red rum is their pretty girl at the dance, the white rum kept the doors open. It's true.
Ah, yes, yes. I like that. It's very true. It's so
Very
true.
true.
You know, anybody that hasn't had white rum for a while, you know, when they get some white rum, boy, it's like Christmas.
Medicine. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, man.
And even if you're not an alcoholic, there's
Yeah,
just
man.
something about having some good white rum. As a Jamaican, there's just something about having some 100% that overproof white rum.
Mm-hmm.
There's just something about
Yeah.
it. I can't wait till y'all get that license because, boy, as soon as you get it, just call me up and say, Stu, we need to do another one of those talks.
White rum time. White rum time.
Because we need to let everybody know that you can get white rum on Caribshopper. So, as it is right now, as you grow, I look on, and like you said, you have products from Jamaica and Trinidad right now. Other countries are queuing up and getting their act together in order to have product
Mm-hmm.
on, let's call it on in the store.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so now we can do our grocery shopping. I one of the products I saw when I was looking was Asham. Brethren, I saw that and I immediately went back to short khaki pants.
Yes, sir.
And it's good that, and as you said, you're getting it from the manufacturer. So
Mm-hmm.
there's no middleman involved. That I would assume also helps to keep the cost down for the consumer.
Yes, sir.
So as a consumer, we benefit from going to Caribshopper because that very same item on one of the other shippers.
It's cheaper. It's cheaper. We're cheaper than your Publix. We're cheaper than sometimes your Caribbean grocer. No disrespect to the grocers.
Right.
Yeah, you serve a purpose, but we're cheaper.
You can't beat that. The same product, the same good quality product, you're getting it for at a lower cost. You can't beat that. And your I guess the manufacturer gets a larger piece of the pie also when they go through
Because
Caribshopper.
because we cut out the proverbial middleman. We call him the distributor.
Right. Yeah, the nice pretty name for them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I
We
love
could call him the colonialist too. We could call him a lot of different things, but we're gonna call him the distributor in this case.
you see, so now he start throw some big stone.
Hey, hey, call
Yeah,
a spade a
it
spade.
is what it is.
It is what it
It
is.
is what it is, and that is exactly what it is. And so those who are currently in the United States, the continental United States, does that also go to territories of the United States? Do you also ship there?
See, we're talking about Puerto Rico, Hawaii.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. We haven't shipped there yet.
Huh.
I have a friend. I have a friend in Hawaii. I'm going to ask her to test an order. Let's see how it go. We haven't touched Hawaii yet.
Nice.
Hmm.
I know Puerto Rico is kind of interesting because it's right there.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Puerto Rico is very interesting, and don't try ship to Guam because it's still Asia Pacific, even though it's a U.S. territory. So don't even try that. If you live in Guam right now, just like yeah, we can't touch you right now.
but Alaska is good.
Alaska is good.
Now, what about the those in the U.S. Virgin Islands? Again,
Yes, but we have to open up CARICOM. The me and Dan two wavelengths here.
yeah. So that's where things get a little bit tricky because that's still in the
So
Caribbean.
so so I give you some insider on the market, right? It's called lanes. So what you have is you have logistic lanes that most of the big carriers use.
Right.
So you'd have a lane A, lane B, and it has different territories. The outer territories are normally in some weird lanes by themselves because those islands are small volume
Right.
and they have multiple hops, right? So because of that, the price points and the timing is a little bit different for those islands because
Gotcha.
of their structures.
Right. You see, I like the business lesson that we're getting along with the product lesson, because people would just ask the question, but so why I can't get this? I'm right here, and you say you provide this service, so and immediately start bashing and saying what kind of fly by night thing this, you know, speaking using our terms in our vernacular, you know, but one there are little underlying currents that you need to take care of. The small things that make a big difference. And it's always the little things that cause the big problems. You know, those hairline
See,
fractures in bridges that cause the whole bridge to collapse.
yep, yep. So you know, many people have tried to do what we're doing, but let's just put it in context. We are fulfilling out of the Caribbean. We're fulfilling product out of the Caribbean. We're not waiting until product is landed in the US and moving. It's fulfilled out of the Caribbean.
Right.
So to get this done in a timely manner, it takes real strategy and planning and a good team behind us. And I think that's one of the things that we're lucky to have. We have a great team, and we're really trying to make a difference in this challenge that we have taken on. So the reality is, Rome wasn't built in a day. We take the baby steps from what we can fully stand by, right? And as we build out, we'll be able to expand and take care of those that are in different places today.
So when you say a timely manner, what kind of timeline are we talking about?
So our average ship time is 3.2 days.
So you're saying someone over in
In LA,
Washington State.
yes. Mm-hmm.
I'm
We
trying
have
to,
shipped to
to, to
Washington.
find the
Yeah,
furthest
yeah,
point from,
yeah, yeah.
Alaska, Washington State.
We've shipped to Seattle.
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty
Mm-hmm.
much out there.
Yeah,
From the Caribbean, you're saying
3.2 days.
3.2 days.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
From the moment you click pay.
3.2 days, sir. And if
Wow.
there's a delay,
Yes.
you get notified all the way through. As a matter of fact, when your product leaves the Caribbean, you get a text message saying your product has left. When it's out for delivery, just like the majors, you get a text your product is out for delivery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
All
man.
right. So
And we have something really exciting coming in 2 weeks. I can't wait to take the lid off this one, man.
So
Can't wait to take the
why did you
lid
just
off
say?
this one.
Why did you just say, Kevin? Hold on. Tell you what. I'll come talk to you after 2 weeks from now, so I can give you the full 100. So now you have to
No,
come
man,
back and you have to do a poppy in.
I'll do a pop in for that one, Kevin. I have to. As a matter of fact, 2 weeks from now, Monday, lock me in and do a pop in because you're going to want to release this one. Let's just put it that way. Let me just put it the way that you're going to go in your pocket and you're going to buy. Even though the Caribbean grocer right down the road from it. I promise you. I promise you.
Hey, I promise I'll come
2
for to a
weeks.
food. Give me your word.
No,
Give me your word and I believe it.
I give you a word. Georgian to a Georgian. 2 weeks.
Yo.
2
What do I
weeks.
have coming up in 2 weeks? Let me check my schedule here. Hold on. I'm as we speak, I'm checking my schedule. Who do I have up in 2 weeks? Pum pum pum
I
pum
just
pum.
I just need 5 minutes, my brother. I just need 5 minutes.
All right.
It's just a statement and drop the mic, then leaves the building.
All right. We'll work it out. We'll work it out. I'm waiting on a confirmation on my guest for 2 weeks from now. And so yes, we will work it out.
So I have a question for you, Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
If you could have any product you want on the site, what would it be and what would make you smile? And I want you also to put that question out to the audience.
No, you just did. You just put it out to the audience. So those in the chat, those who are listening on the various platforms, NIE Radio, Island Worldwide up there in New York, NIE out of New Jersey, Patterson, New Jersey, Foundation Radio Network, ClintonLindsay.com. Those on WGLRO out of Texas. Those of you in the UK on One Harmony Radio. Although shipping not happening to the UK yet, it doesn't mean that you can't put your request in there. So,
Yeah, man,
drop us
I
a
want
line.
the request.
Let us know. Drop us a line. I'll buy as long as they supply a lot of natural juices with low sugar and low sodium. I'm that would depend on what product is out there that you're looking for. That has nothing to do with the shipper. It's not Caribshopper doing it.
We're not making a product now. Come on. Give me something better than that.
Yeah. Okay. Product. What haven't I had in a long time coming out of Jamaica? Is it because my diet changed now? Yeah.
What, you turned vegan on me?
No, I haven't gone vegan, I just have gone healthier.
No, I like that. I went come off camera for a second, but I'm right here with you. That's all right?
Yeah. So it is Paradise Plum Candy Red Stripe Light all flavors is what one person is putting in the chat right here.
Paradise Plum Candy. Kevin, I beg you to send this over to me. Paradise Plum Candy. I've never heard of that, but now I'm interested to find out what that is. Paradise Plum Candy.
Yeah.
You can forward that to me, my general?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I can forward it to you. I can screenshot it for you. If you go to PEMGTV.com, you'll see it right there in the chat. Yeah, man, I got you. Don't worry. I'll make sure you have that. Don't worry yourself at all. Keep them coming. I think that messaging thing that I was hearing was from my side,
Yeah, man, I made sure that nothing was going off on my side.
Yeah, the little chirp there. I think it was. I didn't even know that this particular chat room had a little chirp to it. Let me see. Did I just get a message here? To checking all devices. Okay. Cool. So Paradise Plum Candy. Oh, that I notice when I look on, I see things that I would probably say like Asham and I don't see Asham in the stores here.
You know what was my biggest disappointment, Kevin?
What?
I wanted fresh jelly donut from the man them where you go crossroads and you go half a tree. I went to the manufacturer. I said, listen,
Jeez,
this is
I forgot
gold.
about those.
This is gold. This is gold.
Yeah.
The man said, listen, the secret, or the bakery name again, the secret to our donuts, our jelly donuts, is that we don't put any preservative in them, so them have to sell off. And so for you to move the product, you're going to need to move it within a day for consumption.
Right.
And so we're still working out the logistics on that. But let me tell you something, that jelly donut, mercy. Talk about nostalgia.
Yes. That's right there. Yeah. You win with that one. Let me see. Anybody else that is tuning in? What would you want? What would you want to get? You're here in the US, and or in the UK. We take those two. We take those requests. What is it what product from the Caribbean you'd want that and it has to be a product that can survive the 3-day travel. Or at
No,
minimum
man, just tell me the product. We'll worry about the logistics. Just tell us the product.
you're not even concerned about logistics. You just want the product.
We want to know what the product is. We want to know what the people want.
Somebody just said Jamaican apples.
Etioti.
The
Etioti
apple, yes. I didn't even think about that.
Now you're gone into agriculture. Now you're gone into a different sphere.
So how is it going with agriculture? Are you negotiating with that market?
That market's a very difficult market, Kevin, because that's like grocery delivery. That comes at a certain level of maturity, and you're being able, because it's perishable.
Right.
You know, we have a return policy that we maintain. So can you imagine we getting some ripe Ethiopian apple and moving it, and the customers aren't happy. It's a delicate management, but you tell that viewer they're number 10 who has asked for Ethiopian apple.
That's serious. Number 10. So people have been asking. Julie asking for Julie mangoes.
Oh, come on.
But you can't get Julie mangoes here, Julie. Come on now. Julianne, you can get Julie mangoes here. I'm pretty sure you can get Julie mangoes here. So give us something else. Give us something else. Let me see. I'm thinking. And I can't think of anything that I can't get here. And that's part of the problem too, you know. In South Florida, we're kind of spoiled. There are a lot of products that we used to get in the islands that you can get here in South Florida. And some of them being not so much breadfruit. I don't see anybody growing breadfruit in South Florida yet. I haven't seen anybody with a breadfruit tree in South Florida.
So there's some breadfruit chips that they have out right now. Them thing they come in like gold, brother.
I haven't had that.
Why? You need to try it.
Julian says that the Julie mangoes taste different coming out of Jamaica. I think it's a mindset to the Julie. I don't know. I think it's a mindset. It's like drinking drinking a coconut water from a jelly man on the roadside in Jamaica. It tastes different from drinking a jelly from even off of your own tree. So I think it's a mindset. It's a psychological thing. I could be wrong. I don't know, but that is my belief. Now, looking at the website, Caribshopper, and for those of you listening, you can go ahead and browse yourselves. It's caribshopper.com. Real easy. You have health and beauty, apparel and footwear, jewelry and accessories, books and games, home and living products, books and games. So you want to tell me that you can get Ludi? You ship Ludi boards?
Well, we have a Ludi board manufacturer coming on stream. We just get a new game out of Jamaica that started that came out last year. That's really interesting. So check it out.
That's that.
Check
Guess
it
what
out,
game?
man. Guess what? Guess what? Yeah, man.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
For those of you wondering,
And every day we load new manufacturers to the platform. So new products come on daily, literally daily.
nice. For those of you who are looking on, when you go browsing, this is that C, that tricolor C. That's what you want to be looking for the logo, Caribshopper. If it doesn't look like that, you may be at the wrong place. But
So
that's
it's just www.caribshopper.com.
one word.
One word.
So if you're not there, if you're not seeing that, yeah, chances are you are very much in the wrong place. Don't spend your money with those people because they're not the ones that you want to be spending your money with. I'm in the northeastern region of the United States. We lack fruits and herbs from home. Even now that it's Easter, there is no good bun here. They are dry.
Well, the bun
Boy.
and cheese is on the site, so enjoy yourself for the Easter.
Wait, there's bun and cheese on the side. And I missed that.
Yeah, man. Tasty cheese is there and bun is there.
Oh yeah, let me go into the pantry. Because in the pantry you have coffee, tea, beverages, cakes and snacks, chocolates and candies, jerk and pepper sauces, seasonings and spices, jams and jellies, spreads and syrups, soups and cereals, canned favorites, all on the site available, coming out of Jamaica, and you'll see the various brands and products. I might have to buy my Aki from you, Kadion. I'm here looking
It's
at
$2 cheaper than everybody else.
I didn't even look at that, but just because you provide one, you're going directly to the manufacturer.
Mm-hmm.
You're cutting out the distributors. So I know my money is going to two entities. One, you who are the one shipping it, and two, the ones manufacturing it. So I am rebuilding where I'd end up getting shipped back to if they decide to kick me out of this country.
Yes, sir.
And
at the end of the day, the most important part that we want to think about, last year started a movement called Buy Black. And there's no other support that we as Caribbean people should be doing than supporting our Caribbean manufacturers.
Yes.
That's buying black and that's supporting home. You understand? We're just residents here. No matter if you have your green card or your citizenship, we're residents here. As last year taught us very well, we're not too loved here. But
yes,
This is where we live today. But at the end of the day, we support home.
Milk, coconut milk powder. Them have coconut milk powder?
But about some things, you see, brother. I tried the other day a thing called Saturday soup, and I
Yeah.
was very, very impressed. Very, very impressed. Very, very impressed.
Yeah, I see the
Very,
soup
very
and
impressed.
cereal thing. Let me go on there right now. Ram goat soup.
Yeah, that's from Saturday soup. That thing bad like a yas, brother.
Yo. Just add water? Is that kind of that kind
That
of a product?
that's it, sir. That's it. That's it.
Pumpkin coconut soup. Callaloo coconut soup. These things actually exist. Or they just decided to make them to put them in a can and ship them out and sell them. Yo, I've never heard of some of these products. And to know that they're available wherever you are in the continental United States right now and coming to a country near you outside of coming soon to a country near you.
To a country near you.
That's kind of where I see Caribshopper going, because this is a much needed tool in our shopping arsenal, and wherever you are, it's very much needed. Oh, you went out again.
No man, I'm right here, man.
Or your image just went away. That's fine.
No problem.
So I like it. I like the products that I see as I browse on here, and some of them are new to me even. And again, I kind of would want to get some of these products. Looking at the apparel and footwear, that I think that is really cool. That there's that apparel and footwear stuff that is on there. What made you go apparel and footwear?
Well, at the end of the day, right? We're trying to support um we're trying to support manufacturers across the board, right? Everybody knows that we make great sandals, we make great products. From the female sandals to the yeah, the list goes on. So
Mm-hmm.
we're supporting small, medium, and large scale manufacturers to get their products in the hands of those who can't easily access them. So you have a product and we can move it. We're here to support you. That's our goal.
So it's not like you are going out and saying, these are the big ticket items. Let's go ahead and supply
No,
these. Let's provide
there's no
these.
bias at the table. There's no bias at the table because half these products I've never tried them myself. There's no bias at the table,
Mm-hmm.
right? In our business flywheel,
Yeah.
two things we talk about, Kevin:
Mm-hmm.
access to products, right?
Right.
And we want to be the one-stop shop when somebody thinks of finding a Caribbean-made product. We want to be that one-stop shop. That if you've been introduced to it, if you want to find it, you come to Caribshopper. As other journalists have put, we're the Amazon of the Caribbean.
Nice. And that's the kind of mindset that I'm thinking too. Um, books, and games on the books. Um, I went looking for Anansi stories, and you might one might say, but you can probably find Anansi stories anywhere, but I would want to see Anansi stories in on this list, by those putting it together out of Jamaica. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
That authenticity, and so that is what I would want to see. That is mine. So you can write that under Kevin Stew. You can put Anansi
And
story,
ancestor. Big up
or
on that. Big up on
and
that.
I don't know if anybody make any of it yet, but Big Boy story, man, it's a Big Boy story.
Did they do books on that? Did they do
That's
books
as
on
far
that?
as I know. But I
Yeah.
any writers out there, preferably out of the Caribbean, specifically out of Jamaica, because the Big Boy stories were the bomb, you know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
You can't
Boise.
you can't
Don't
really
forget
tell.
Boise.
Yes, and I have an uncle that did theater, and one of the roles that he played was Boise in River Mama and the Golden Table. Uh, this had to have been late 80s, 90s, early 90s, thereabout. I remember going to Little Theater to watch that play. And my uncle was in it as Boise. So yes, the Boise story them want those two. So I don't know if anybody, any writers out there, any publishers are out there that provide those. I don't know if it is in print anywhere. If not, somebody please get it in print and make it available out of Jamaica so that it can be on the Caribshopper site, because I would buy it. I would buy it. Kadion, if there's anything at all that you want people to take away from the Caribshopper concept, what would that be?
Is that here's an opportunity to support them and also find the products that you love and miss. You understand? And it's being made by one of us, right? It's being done by Caribbean people, and we're trying to make sure that we are a part of this new world of industry and commerce, and that we stay relevant, and that we don't get lost in the third world junction that they like to put us in.
Right. You know, Kadion, I think you are on to an amazing product here. And Miss Fifi's Jamaican fruit cake, Kadion?
That's cool, man.
I didn't even see this. I missed this one altogether. Yo, I don't know who Miss Fifi is, but it's a Jamaican fruit cake, so that alone make it win. Ladies and gentlemen, please visit the website caribshopper.com. If you live somewhere that it is not they don't ship to your location right now, outside of the Caribbean, if you are there, go ahead and send them a message, send them a note saying that, hey, you know, I am here. I have a community here that would love to get some of these products, but we're not on your shipping list. Please consider us, do whatever it is that you need to do to get that product to us, because this is what we need and nobody can provide it to us. And the Amazon and whomever, which other shippers there is, charging an arm and a leg, your spleen and the birth certificate of your first and second born. So if you don't have a second born, you know, you're out of luck. So go ahead and get on board with Caribshopper. That's all I can say. This is the ultimate when it comes to unifying the Caribbean, outside of saying, hey, I want to be a part of CARICOM. You know, go ahead and shop Caribbean. And it takes Buy Black to another level. Because in the US, one of the things that I noticed coming to the US first in Acadian is that I got asked the question, am I black or am I Jamaican? And
What was
it's
your answer?
I, I, my answer for that was I am confused. What are you asking? How does one answer that? I'm a black man coming
Both.
out of the
The
Caribbean.
answer is
You know,
both.
my no. Well, I'm not thinking that. I'm thinking, where do you? How do you think of asking a question like that? How you form your mouth to let that that question come out? You know, how you do that? So I had to get over the idea that there's a different mindset to black and Caribbean. But
Hmm.
so with that, I saying that, you know, let's take the buy black to a whole new level. You know, let's make the Caribbean that entity that it is. The community, the Caribbean community is so unique in that it is the only community that is pretty much separated by water, the way it is. And there's so much to get out of the Caribbean, product wise, that it only makes sense to buy Caribbean, especially if you're from the Caribbean, because the moment something goes wrong, you're getting shipped to the Caribbean, and it doesn't really matter if you came to this foreign land when you were two, and this is all
Yep.
that you know. When they say, "All right, you're getting deported," that's it. You're gone. So why not invest in a place that, even if you get put out against your will, you'd want to go? And start from it gets into the whole how economies work. You know, so let's go ahead and spend that money in our economy that we want to grow, because it will come back. If there's one thing that is for sure, doesn't matter where it is that you are in the world, it will come back. Because
Economic cycles grow, right?
exactly.
So us being deliberate about what we do and how we spend. Take for examples the Jewish communities and the Indians. They have a rule which is unsaid
Mm-hmm.
that the money has to spend three times in their hand before it go outside, and
Mm.
that keeps the revolution rolling, the community rolling.
Yes.
And like you said earlier, Kevin, the crab in a
Barrel.
in a basket
Yes.
barrel idea is out the door. It's a waste of time.
Mm-hmm.
No man is an island.
Right.
We need each other to grow. So with that being said, let's start a new campaign. Let's not buy back. Let's buy Caribbean,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Because if there's
Let's
one
start a
thing,
new. Yeah,
if there's one thing people from the Caribbean will do, they're buying that foreign product. The people in the Caribbean not hesitating to buy that foreign product. So whether you're from the Caribbean or not, you are not foreign land. Let's buy some of those Caribbean products.
yes, sir. Let's change the narrative. Instead of buy black, let's buy Caribbean.
Yeah, and now you can show off that you have this product straight out of the Caribbean. This authentic product, and people love the authenticity of things. Now you have a direct line to the Caribbean, and you're cutting out the middleman, and you're helping that business in the Caribbean to grow, large or small business. You're helping it to grow, hence helping the economy. What will happen? You have to send less money back to the Caribbean because now people get jobs and them don't have to beg you our money. You see how it work?
Hmm.
Even if you didn't connect those dots, that is how it work. Okay then, the only thing to say about getting to the site is just go to caribshopper.com. Is there anything else? Is there
That's it.
social media platforms that you want people to follow
At,
to
at
get on?
caribshopper.com on all social media platforms. At Caribshopper. It's that simple. At Caribshopper at all social media platforms, and to support the movement, www.caribshopper.com.
Nice.
Sign up, if we don't ship in your territory, if you're in the UK, if you're in Canada, we're coming soon. Just sign up and let us know, and we would love to make you one of our first on boarders, and we're looking forward to it.
And if there's a product that you want that you don't see on there, request it.
Yes, we're listening to our customers.
Nice. Well, Kadion, I truly appreciate the fact that you could take the time out to hang out with us and to share your baby with us.
Yes, sir.
It's not your baby anymore. It's time to not let it go, but let it grow.
Yes.
And I like what I see. I really do.
Big up, man.
And this took some real foresight, and it's very timely because people can't travel the way they used to. In fact, just tonight I was hearing on news coming out of Jamaica where they're tightening up again.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you had plans to go traveling to Jamaica anytime soon to get that product, you have it in your mind that you're going to get this thing. If it's KFC in Jamaica, forget it. if it's that what you want, no, it's not happening. So don't look at those perishables. Don't think you can put that on your list to Caribshopper. No, not right now. And hopefully not ever, because that's asking a lot, Kadion. But go ahead, put your favorite childhood snack or candy, like what was put in the chat. I hope you wrote it down, Kadion. But in the event that you didn't, Paradise Plum candy.
Yes, sir.
Red Stripe Light at all flavors.
Yeah, man. Coming.
It coming.
Yeah, man.
Sign up. So when people sign up, what they get notifications when certain products are available, when there are new products, and
you get an easy email saying we just onboarded these new products and just quick pictures. So if you're onboarded something that was special to you, you'll know it right there. And a weekly email. What's new? That's it.
Nice.
No pressure, no stress.
Yeah, man. I encourage everybody, as you're listening, whether you're from the Caribbean or not, Caribshopper.com. I don't think I can stress it enough. Kadion, much love. I truly appreciate it, sir. 2 weeks. I waited for the update.
Special announcement.
2 weeks. Looking at your face, I can see you excited about it, I see you're really excited.
2 weeks.
And you know what? I'm not even going to pressure you and ask you off here what it is. I will wait just like everybody else.
Yeah, man. Surprises are good in life.
Yeah, no insider information here. I'm waiting just like everybody else. Brethren, thank you. Let me go ahead and put the logo up one more time before I get over into musical therapy. Thank you once again for taking the time out and joining us. And Caribshopper.com. Real easy. Caribshopper.com. That's how you get people to remember things, right? You keep repeating it.
Mm-hmm.
Caribshopper.com.
Big up, Kevin, still.
Much love, brother. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back. It's musical therapy. Kadion, you have a good night, brethren. I know you're going to need some rest with all of this information that you provided for us. Take care. We will link.
Big up.
Pulse Media Group, innovative streaming and recording, has done it again. A new way to get your business in full view of your neighborhood consumer through AdShare TV. It's available in your neighborhood today. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. Become a host today and place a TV monitor in a strategic location so it's easy to see. Get a 1-minute video ad or longer that plays anywhere in our network. Can't be a host? No problem. For a few dollars, we'll run your 30-second video ad. A host can run announcement specials like buy one get one free or discount ads. Let's turn your flyers into a 30-second video with music or a voiceover, or let us create and run your video ad with a spokesperson. Take advantage of our early enrollment discount. Join us today. Your ad will be seen at least 30 times per day in your AdShare TV neighborhood. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. AdShare TV, part of Pulse Media Group.
Imagine having our own Caribbean Center.
Imagine a museum highlighting our history and the contributions of Caribbean people to the world.
Imagine being able to visit and learn about the islands we call home.
In a place where our kids can see and feel their cultural heritage. You can make this vision come to life.
Help us create this first of its kind space
that all Caribbean people can be proud of. Your contribution to Island Space Caribbean Museum will help this dream come true.
Visit islandspacefl.org/GoFundMe.
Visit islandspacefl.org/GoFundMe.
Visit islandspacefl.org/GoFundMe and donate today.
It takes an entire village to raise a child. Hello, I'm Paul Campbell, here to talk about Palace. Peace and Love Academic Scholarship. This non-profit group supports students facing serious obstacles from entering or continuing their studies, not because the grades are failing, but due to the lack of financial support.
Over the past 8 years, Palace has awarded 600 scholarships valued at approximately 50.3 million Jamaican dollars, or $415,000 US.
Together, we must build a better future for our children. Please visit www.palace1.org and make your donation to brighten the future of a deserving child. Palace, preserving young minds for posterity.
Matthew 28:19 says, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations." With this in mind, and encouragement received during a South Florida media conference, The Church Links was birthed. The Church Links is an interdenominational worship service portal for churches, providing the tools to spread the word through technology in a cost-effective way. The Church Links, www.dahchurchlinx.com. Your links to worship and praise.
It's Christina representing for DJ Kevin. You see me, I say, I don't know the boss. You see me, I say, DJ Kevin's Stew and the night shift radio show. Yo, it at the thing, turn up the thing loud. Wow. DJ Kevin's Stew have the heart of a champion. Never underestimate, just choose him. The silver line behind the dark clouds. DJ Kevin's Stew believe him, and that's no doubt. Salute the night shift radio show, Christina. It's a heart it up. Loud.
Yo, yo, it's your boy Frano. Yo, yo. Remember when the little bit, yo. Now with your clothes, I run up and down. Sunday evening time, gone about, girl. We never have no troubles. I just hear fun.
Reflecting on my life, reflecting about the good old days. Just to the place.
watching the outside kitchen. We used to go a river, but catch perch and jungle, and then we catch a fire, and run a boat with sauce of ground food and flour. We used to wash our clothes and dry them from big stones, and then we swim all day till we hide them when we had wrinkle up like prawns, yeah, yeah. Reflecting on my life and thinking about the good old days, yeah, 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 yeah.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. As we get into musical therapy. This is the sound of Frano. The track is called Good Old Days.
We used to play rubber ball cricket, 3 pieces of bamboo stick, make the wicket. The bat them a coconut bunker, use make it if your LBW the umpire juke it on. I remember when we used to spend our homemade gig them in St. Catherine, yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember when we used to play in a clean white sun in an Atobe, yeah, yeah. And I remember Sunday dinner chicken rice and peas, carrot cheese done square, add a little milk and Guinness, yeah, yeah. I remember sitting in the trays, eating star apple and chilling in the cool Jamaican breeze. Reflecting on my life, I'm thinking about the good old days. Yeah, 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 yeah. Times are hard, but the things in life they got us to the face. And nobody now here can wipe those memories. But get ready for those days. Nobody now here can wipe those memories. Reflecting on my life, I'm thinking about the good old days. And nobody now here can wipe those memories.
The prettiest thing, beautiful smile with the prettiest skin. She was looking for a place to vacation. They say my home is a great destination. I said,
this is the sound of Korik.
That vacation with someone like me. I know the perfect place you can be free, baby. Let's do it in Jamaica, where the summer sun is.
It's called Let's Do It in Jamaica.
People always smiling, you'll see. Let's do it in Jamaica.
Inviting you all to Buy Jamaica, Buy Caribbean.
And we have summer every day, trust me. Let's do it in Jamaica.
Buy on Caribshopper.com.
For Miss Baby, feel free to get wild and crazy, or just relax and be lazy.
Is there something that you want from your home country?
Whatever you want, whatever you need.
Something that is not in Jamaica, something that is not in Trinidad, something that is in one of those countries that is waiting to come on board. Sign up, send them a message, let them know.
Let's do it in Jamaica, perfect place.
Let's Buy Caribbean.
And we have summer every day, trust me. Let's do it in Jamaica. If you feel like party with me, let me make it real easy. You just need to get up and shake off your troubles and smile with me. Relax for a while with me. Enjoy the island breeze, baby. Let's do it in Jamaica, where the summer sun is always shining. Happy people always smiling, you'll see. Let's do it in Jamaica, the nicest place to get away. And we have summer every day, trust me. Let's do it in Jamaica. So what will it be? The question may ask, you still not answer me. The invite is open, your tickets on me. So let me ask you again, girl, would you agree to take that vacation with someone like me? I know the perfect place you can be free, baby. Come with me to Jamaica, where the summer sun is always shining. Happy people always smiling, you'll see. Let's do it in Jamaica, the nicest place to get away. And we have summer every day, trust me. Let's do it in Jamaica, where the summer sun is always shining. Happy people always smiling, you'll see. Let's do it in Jamaica. Here's no pressure. The riches and the pleasures no longer matter.
That's the way to do it, Julian.
More precious than gold.
By Caribbean.
Girl, I want you to know.
Thank you very much. You have a great night, Julie Bean.
You're like a sweet bedtime story to a little child. Oh, na, na, na. This lifetime won't be enough to give you all this love. I'm feeling inside, it's piling up. One life won't be enough to love you. Bang boom bang 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 boom bang 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 boom bang bang yeah yeah. Bang boom bang 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 boom bang 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 boom bang bang yeah yeah. Yeah, you set my soul on fire, and I found my heart's desire when I met you. You're like a memory to a prisoner of a better time. You're like a cool shady tree in the summertime when the sun is high. Whoa, na na na. This lifetime won't be enough to give you all this love. I'm feeling inside, it's spiraling up. One life won't be enough to love you. One more one. Yeah. 6 times 6 more lifetimes still wouldn't be enough, Me this I love, Love enough so till it a pile up, It pile up, about a mile up, Oh me, oh mama, I'm so blessed you're mine. To I and I from the most high. This lifetime won't be enough to give you all this love. I'm feeling inside, it's firing up. One life won't be enough to love you. I know you like it when we just cool and all a vibe, so don't fight it.
That was the sound of Dangling called This Lifetime.
Take a day off.
This is Paul Anthony.
Come get this good love.
Inviting you to take a day off.
You can make it. And the body
when you take that day off, you know you're gonna want some things from the Caribbean to make it real, you know? So go ahead. Plan for your day off. Go to Caribshopper and get everything that you want.
Get high.
You can get some clothes, you can get some games, you can get some literature, you can definitely get some food.
I'm yours if you wanna be mine.
Caribshopper.com, that's your one-stop shop.
Nothing stressful like routine workflow. Pack your bag, then my girl, and let's go. Where are we headed? Well, I don't really know, but let's get there fast on this your day. Calling to work sick. Come get this good love. Tell the boss say you can make it. And nobody ever knows say you really just laid up here with me. Let's take the day off, baby, so you can power the work to me. Sexy girl, me want to see how you twerk it. Drop it down low, make it third me. Cause you're the one that I want. Your body is a blessing, what ya? Left the money, let's have a good time. Nothing worth more than with peace of mind. And you remind me of Britney, oh you keep telling me to hit that one more time. Just let the boss know you're not coming today. Cause with you the time seems to slip away. When you're about to leave my bedroom I say, let's take another day off. Calling to work sick. Come get this good love.
man, I'm really selling the Caribbean tonight. It's musical therapy.
We don't love no way like Jamaica.
If you're not feeling the vibe to buy out to the Caribbean right now,
Because I will not need.
I don't know, there's nothing else I can tell you.
End up in a foreign land. Things we achieve. Should we bless by the Father, mighty, mighty, mighty. Yes. We don't love no way like Jamaica. Because no one is sweet like Jamaica. Hey, Columbus came when him lost the way. Here was the right choice, but him kill and him thief. Where him never put down and sell art. Jamaica nice, the pretty whites and beach. Make the tourists come to the land of paradise and come for your feast. In a tourist resort and the food and the better spice. Why? Because them no love no way like Jamaica.
This is on a nozzle, man.
No one is sweet like Jamaica.
No, I like Jamaica.
Because I will not need sweet Jamaica end up in a foreign land. Things we achieve. Should we blessed by the Father, mighty, mighty.
5 minutes before the top of the hour. I want to thank you each and everyone for locking in.
Because no one is sweet like Jamaica.
Programming continues on WGLRO, Island Worldwide, NIE Radio, One Harmony Radio, ClintonLindsay.com, Foundation Radio Network.
For dance, them no fast like gold and Shelly. We big, nothing say we small.
You can catch previous broadcasts on Pulse Media Group, PEMGTV.com.
Only one beat in a problem. I just one phone call.
But until then,
So if you love girl, sweet,
as we continue to build our communities,
one them talent.
remember, the development that you live in is not just the community that you are in. It spreads far and wide.
Sweet like Jamaica.
So those that you pass on the bus, on the plane, on the boat, or the train, whether you walk, ride, or drive, these are members of your community.
End up in a foreign.
Do something good for one of them today, because you never know who's going to do something good for you tomorrow.
Blessed by the Father, mighty, mighty, mighty. Yes. We don't love no way like Jamaica.
No, we like Jamaica. No products like the products coming out of the Caribbean.
Like Jamaica. Oh, yeah. My nice sweet Jamaica.
Well, I asked my mother for sixpence to see the new giraffe with dimples in his body.
Yeah, man, I'm going to leave you with this one.
Asked my mother for sixpence to see the new giraffe.
Veteran in the business, Pluto Shervington.
And wrinkles in
Some of you may have caught the first annual reggae celebration, reggae month celebration.
will catch no flies.
Pluto closed out the show. If you haven't seen it,
Played by Mr. Hunt.
you can search for it online.
Jump on the other's back and grab shit in shit country girls. Country
This one is called Sixpence.
on a rock.
The sound of Pluto Shervington.
Came up Bumblebee and fight him on his cocktails. Ginger ales, 10 cents a glass. If you don't like that, you can kiss my hairy ass. Me, no questions. You will hear no lies. Put down molasses
and it will catch no flies. Well, nice to hear this one. I want to thank each and everyone for tuning in. Do remember, I'm back here tomorrow. Healthy Love Night, 10 till midnight.
playing in the grass. One jump on the other's back and puff shaking. She asked me no questions. You will hear no lies. Put down molasses and it will catch no flies.
Thank you to the Dusick Media Group.
Little boys were fighting in a ditch. One jump on the other's back and call him a son of a bishop. Had a dog, a pretty little dog was he. He lent him to a lady to keep her company. This little dog was wicked as can be. He jumped up on the lady's legs and bite her on she country girls, country boys sitting on a rock. And up came a bumblebee and fed him on it.
Good morning, good afternoon, good day to you wherever you are in the world, from right here in South Florida. This is where I bid you good night.
Like that. You can kiss my hairy ass me, no questions. You will hear no lies. Put down molasses and it will catch your flies.
Greetings and salutations. This is DJ Kevin Stew inviting you to bubble up and simmer down with me in the Saturday Stew right here on Reggae Global Radio. Get ready for the special segment called The Secret Ingredient, where you may hear from your favorite artist or producer. Saturday Stew happens every Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time exclusively on ReggaeGlobalRadio.com, where we get high on reggae. Greetings and salutations, one and all. You're invited to tune in to the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. It airs on Mondays with Community and Finance, Tuesdays with Healthy Love, and Wednesdays with Real Talk from 10 p.m. to midnight Eastern Time. Come spend some time interacting in the stew pot where we keep things bubbling and wind down in musical therapy. The night shift with DJ Kevin Stew is on kevinstew.com, where you're encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment.